You can use DBeaver to integrate directly with GitHub. I'll show you how to clone an existing repo, make changes and push to a remote repo, and more in this video. First, you'll need to open DBeaver. The Git functionality is available in Community, Lite, Enterprise and Ultimate editions. However, if you're using the Community edition like me, you'll need to install a free extension first. Let's do that now. With DBeaver open, go to Help, then Install New Software. You'll see this window appear. We'll have to add a URL for the repository that contains the extensions for DBeaver. This is available on the DBeaver website and I've added the URL to the description. I'll paste it here. The panel below shows an entry called DBeaver Git Support, which is what we need. Check the checkbox next to the entry, then click Next at the bottom of the window. The extension is then downloaded, which takes a few seconds. You'll then see the installation review screen. Click Next. If you see a message asking you to accept the license agreement, do that. Then click Finish. The extension is now installed. If you get prompted to restart DBeaver, save your work and restart. Let's get started with Git. Let's start with creating a GitHub repository. This extension allows you to work with any Git service, but we'll demonstrate this using GitHub. This step will create a new repository. If you already have a repository that you want to use in DBeaver, you can follow the same process. You can create one using either the command line or the website. I'll use the website for this demo. Open the GitHub website and log in. Your screen may look like this, but with different details showing. Click on the plus on the top of the screen, then choose New Repository. You'll see this window. We'll give our repository the same name as our local repository, which is Simple Repo. We'll check the box for Add a README file, but leave everything else as default, including keeping it as public. Click the Create Repository button. You'll see this page for the new repository. You may see a quick start page, which is also okay. We'll come back to this shortly. To work with a repository, we use the Projects feature. Click on the Projects tab on the left panel. Click the Create Project button. Enter a name for the project, which I'll call Simple Repo. You can leave the other options as default. Click Finish. You'll see a new folder on the Projects panel for your new project. This is the project we will integrate with GitHub. Right-click on this new project and select Team, then Share Project. You'll see this Configure Git repository window. The first step in this screen is to create a local repository, which is a repository on your computer for the project. Click the Create button on the right. On the Create a Git repository window, I'll enter the name of the repository to match the project name to make it easier. You can leave the first part of the path the same. For the default branch name, I'll change it to main, just as a personal preference. Then click Finish. You'll be taken to the Share Project window with the repository dropdown populated with the repository we just created. Click Finish on this window. The local repository is now created. We've got our remote repository on GitHub and our local project. Let's perform a git pull to get the files from our remote repository. We'll see this window. We need to specify the URL to our repository on GitHub, so go back to GitHub. If your screen looks like this, you can click the green code button here. Then click the copy button next to this URL for HTTPS. If you see the Quick Start page, you'll see a similar button for the URL, so copy that. Go back to DBeaver where you see this window. Paste the URL into the URI field here. The host and repository path are automatically populated. In the connections section, leave this as HTTPS if that's what you're using. For the port, you can leave it empty. In the authentication section, enter your username and password for GitHub. Click Next. You'll be asked to set up or select a remote repository. Click the New Remote button. Everything should be populated automatically, so click Finish. If it's not, you can enter the same information you did earlier. The remote field is populated. In the reference field, enter the word main and double-click on the entry that appears. Next, click Finish. The pull from the repository will now be performed, and you can see the status in the bottom right. When this is complete, you'll see this window. Click Close. The repository has now been pulled. You may get an error message like this. It says, "Can't connect to any URI and not authorized." This happens because we need to set up something in GitHub called an access token. Even though we entered the username and password, we need to take this extra step. Let's do that now. Click on the profile icon on the top right and click Settings. This is different to the settings for the repository, so make sure you go to the right one here. Scroll to the bottom and click on Developer Settings. Click on Personal Access Tokens and you'll see two options. GitHub currently has two types of tokens. GitHub recommends using fine-grained tokens where possible, so let's try that. Click on Fine-grained Tokens. On this screen, click on the Generate New Token button. We can now enter some information about this new token. For the token name, I'll enter DBeaver Access, as we are using it in DBeaver for our code. For the expiration, I'll leave this as 30 days. We can always extend it later. In the description, I'll enter a bit about what it's being used for. For the repository access, we can leave this as public repositories, but it only has read-only access. So change this to only select repositories, then select the simple repo repository. For the repository permissions, we'll need to change one thing. Scroll down to Contents and change this option from no access to read and write. This will allow us to push code changes. At the bottom of the screen, click Generate Token. You'll see a screen with this green box, advising you to copy this text as you won't see it again. This text will be used in DBeaver in the password field. So copy this text. I'll paste it somewhere secure like my password manager so I don't lose it. Repeat the pull process and enter this text as your password. It should be successful. Now we have pulled files from our remote repository. Let's create a file to add to it. Then we'll push it to our remote repository on GitHub. We can create a file in our project by expanding the project, then Scripts. Right-click on Scripts and select Create, then Create New File. A new SQL Editor tab is opened. I'll enter a simple select query here, which just shows the text of hello. Next, we save the file by going to File, then Save. The file is saved with the name of script.sql by default. Let's rename it to First Query. Next, we'll commit our changes. To do this, right-click on the project, then select Team, then Commit. A new panel appears at the bottom of the window. There are a few sections. The unstaged changes includes the files that have been created or modified that are not yet staged for a commit. These are the files you will probably want to include. Click on the files you want to include and click the plus or click on the two green plus icon here to add all files. All files will be added to the Staged Changes section, meaning they are going to be included in this commit. On the right, enter a commit message. I'll enter First Commit. Then click Commit. The commit is added to the local repository. You can see this commit and any others by right-clicking on the project, then Team, then Show in History. We can see the details of our commit here. Now we have made the commit, we can push this to our GitHub repository. To do this, right-click on the project, select Team, then Push Branch Main. We'll see this window. We have already set up our remote repository when we did the pull process, so this screen should be populated. It also shows the name of the commit we recently added to our local repository. Click the Preview button. You may be asked to enter the username and password again. You can check Store in Secure Store if you like, and you won't have to enter these again. Then click Login. We see this confirmation screen next. Click Push to push the changes. After a moment, the changes are pushed, and you'll see this results screen here. Click Close to close the window. We should be able to see this commit on our repository on GitHub, so let's check. On the GitHub website, click on your profile icon, then select your repositories. Click on the simple repo entry. You'll see the contents of the repository, including a message here of first commit, which we entered in DBeaver before. You can click into the folder, then into scripts to see the SQL script you created. Congratulations, you've just used DBeaver to push a commit to a GitHub repository. Let's see what else we can do. We just saw how to create a new repository, But what if you want to use an existing repository, such as for your existing code or if you're part of a team? You can do this within DBeaver. First, we'll need to get a token from GitHub and then create a project in DBeaver. We can either update our existing fine-grained token to add another repository, or we can create a new token. In this demo, we'll create a new fine-grained token. I'll also assume the repository is in your account. If it's in another account, such as part of an organization, you'll probably have to get in touch with the administrator to get the access token arranged. We'll repeat the same steps as earlier. Go to the profile icon, then Settings. Click Developer Settings, then expand this and click on Fine-Grained Token. Click on Generate New Token. I'll enter a name for the token, then scroll down and only select repositories. I'll find the repo called Database Star, which has all of my scripts for my website and YouTube videos. Just like the other token, expand the repository permissions and change contents to read and write. Scroll to the bottom and click Generate Token. You'll see the same confirmation screen with your token. Once again, save this text somewhere secure. Let's create the project in DBeaver. In DBeaver, we create a new project. I'll call it Database Star, the same as the repo. Then click Finish. The project is created. We need to create a local repository. This is the same process as earlier in the video. Right-click on the project, select Team, then Share Project. Click Create. Enter the name for the repository, which will enter as Database Star. Change the branch to Main, or whatever your repo's main branch is called. On this window, click Finish. Now we need to link the local repository we just created to the remote repository that exists, and download or pull the code. To do this, right-click on the project and select Team, then Pull. You'll see this window. Leave the name as Origin. In the URI, we need to paste something from GitHub. On GitHub, we need to get that URL of the repository we want to connect this to. So on GitHub, click on the profile icon, then your repositories, and find the repository you want to add. Click the green code button. In the pop-up that appears, ensure HTTPS is selected, and click Copy next to the URL. Let's go back to DBeaver. Paste the copied URL into this URI field, and the host and repository path are updated. Ensure the username is entered, and then enter your password, which is the fine-grained access token we created earlier. You may need to paste over the existing value if you created a new token for this repository. Click Next. We need to specify the details of the remote repo now. Click the New Remote button. Everything should be populated automatically, so click Finish. If it's not, you can enter the same information you did earlier. The remote field is populated. In the reference field, enter the word main and double-click on the entry that appears. Next, click Finish. The pull from the repository will now be performed, and you can see the status in the bottom right. When this is complete, you'll see this window. Click Close. The repository has now been pulled. If you expand the project on the left menu, you won't see anything from your repository. Why is that? Let's find out. Right-click on the project and select Team, then Show in Repositories view. This shows everything in all of our repos. In the Database Star section, we can see Working Tree and then a bunch of folders which match up to the folders on GitHub. We also see a Database Star folder here. This is actually the folder for the DBeaver project. Any new files created in our DBeaver project are added here. Anything outside of this is not shown in DBeaver. Let's add a new file, commit it, and see what happens. Right-click on the scripts for the project and add a new file. We'll add a simple query here to just show a string value. We can save this and it's saved for the project. We'll also rename the file to something clearer, such as test script. Let's commit these changes and push them back to our remote repository. To do this, right-click on the project, select Team, then Commit. Add the file by clicking on it and clicking the plus button. Enter a message for the commit. We can commit these changes and push them to the remote repo by clicking Commit and Push. After a moment, you'll see this window to say it was successful. Click Close. We can see on GitHub that the commit was added. Expand the database star folder, then scripts to see the test script we added. What happens if someone else makes changes to the repository? We want to get the latest version. Let's make a brief change to the test script file. Pretend this is another person making this change. Click the Edit button here and we can edit the file to say something else, such as select test new value. Click Commit Changes and then click Commit Changes on the pop-up. The commit is saved to the repository. Let's get these changes in DBeaver. We'll open the test script first. We can see it has the old code here. Let's close the file. To get the latest code, we use git pull. Right-click on the project and select Team, then Pull. You can select the pull without the dots, as we've already set up the details. After a moment, you should see a screen like this. It will show the main branch and then the latest commit here, which is the one we added in the GitHub website. Click Close. Let's open that SQL file again. We can see it has the updated select query here, which was made by another person or what we simulated as another person. DBeaver is pretty powerful when it comes to working with GitHub. Watch this video next if you want to see many more features available in DBeaver. Thanks for watching.